If you're anything like me and you like to cook barbecue, and you like to cook big chunks of barbecue, and you have a small family, or you created a YouTube channel to give yourself an excuse to cook more barbecue, you might find that you end up with a lot of leftovers, particularly with things like brisket. So most of the time I'm either giving that brisket away or making tacos or birria tacos or turning it into a chili. But in this video, I'm going to show you how to make something that's super quick, really, really delicious, and a little bit ridiculous as well. And that is a cheesy brisket melt. It's basically a grilled cheese with brisket, but if I call it a grilled cheese, I'm pretty sure people are going to lose their minds in the comments. So I'm not going to go into making bread, making sauces, all that kind of stuff. It's pretty much just going to be the foundation for some inspiration for you on how you can do something different with your leftover brisket. And what we've got here is some leftover brisket, vacuum sealed. And I think this was maybe from the overnight brisket video. And it's pretty cold, so I'm just going to warm it up in my sous vide machine just so it comes up to a warm-ish temperature. But ultimately, we're going to chop it up and fry it up anyway. Just going to warm it through for a little bit. So after about an hour in the sous vide machine at around 190, this is nice and soft and squidgy. And to be honest, part of the reason I do this is just a little bit easier to cut. All I'm going to do is slice this into some thick chunks. Reheated brisket doesn't look terrible. I'm going to remove any big chunks of fat. I'm not looking for big chunks of fat in my brisket melt. There's going to be more than enough fat in this when we come to cook it down. So I'll take these point slices and just break them down a little bit further. I'm going to keep them kind of chunky. Some of this is going to shred up, but I want some nice chunks in there as well. So this can just go off to the side into a bowl. It'll stay warm for a little while. So before I get into slicing the bread and frying up the brisket a little bit more, I'll talk about the cheeses just so things don't start to go stale or cold. And you can use any good melting cheese for this. But the two cheeses that I like to use are pre-sliced American cheese. And if you're in the UK, this is my preferred American cheese. It's the Tesco mature cheese slices. Lots of people will recommend the Kerry made for things like burgers, but it doesn't melt nearly as good as this. And I think this has got much better flavor. But at the end of the day, it's still sliced American cheese. And for something a bit different, some pimento cheese. So this is a tub of pimento cheese from Homewrecker. They're based here in the UK. I picked this up from Pro Smoke in Banbury. They sell it in store, but you can buy this online as well. And if you've never had pimento cheese, definitely go out and get yourself some of this. It's great on crackers, it's great on everything. It's a blend of grated cheeses with some piquant peppers, mayonnaise, some other things, and it is delicious. If you're in the US, I'm sure you can get hold of pimento cheese. If not, there are recipes online on how to make it. But yeah, this is going to be great in our sandwich. Moving on to the bread. I'm not going to make my own bread because in reality, I'm not often making my own bread from scratch. For this sandwich, I want something that's quite thick. The pre-sliced stuff is never thick enough. So I bought this whole sandwich loaf from my local supermarket. And just like I did in the Italian beef video, I let this sit overnight in a Ziploc bag because when you buy it, it's really crunchy on top. But when you squeeze it now after a night, it's nice and soft. And that's what I want. I want it to be more like a commercial sandwich loaf. So this is softened up overnight and perfect for this sandwich. So I'm going to slice it myself so I can slice it as thick as I want it. And I'm going to go for about an index finger's thickness. Something that looks like that. Two slices, not perfectly straight, but nice and soft sandwich bread. So the next thing I'm going to do is slightly toast off and crisp up this brisket. And the idea is not to have a necessarily crispy brisket, but if it crisps up, it's not going to be a bad thing. So I'm going to take this over to the hob and cook it down a little bit. And while that is cooking down, we can start to build up our sandwich. And I'm going to be starting off in a cold pan so I can build the sandwich up in the pan, because if I put the melt into a hot pan, the outside will cook much quicker than the inside, and we've got cheese to melt, kind of the opposite to how you would cook a steak. So starting off with our bread, we're going to butter both sides of this, and I like to use a spoon. If you've got really soft bread like this, it's a lot less aggressive than a knife. Spreads a lot more evenly. The other thing that I see a lot of people doing is adding mayonnaise rather than butter. And that's something I've never actually tried, so I'm actually going to give it a go today. I guess the whole point is it doesn't necessarily taste like mayonnaise, but the fats in the mayo will crisp up this bread just like the butter does. So now we can start to build our sandwich. Buttered side face down. Then I'm going on with some American cheese. Edge to edge cheese. I'm going to spoon on some of that pimento cheese. Then we're going to go in with our slightly crispy, still sizzling brisket. Plenty of that, obviously. And yeah, this is probably going to be a sandwich that you want to share. Some nice crispy bits in there. Then I'm going to go on with some barbecue sauce. I think the mustard barbecue sauce from Leroy Lewis is going to be perfect for this. This sauce and brisket together is absolutely perfect, and I think it's going to be great here. But you could use any barbecue sauce. For a little additional acidity to cut through all that fat, I'm going to go on with some of these bad boys. I think they're called jalapenos. Then lastly, on top, we're going to go with our pimento cheese with our mayonnaise buttered side up the right way. And just going to give that a little pat down. That is looking good and ridiculous. So we're going to take this over to the heat and start cooking it through fairly slowly. And if I had an outdoor griddle, I'd definitely be doing this on there, but I don't. So inside's just fine. And as I say, we got quite a bit of cheese to melt in this, and this bread is pretty thick. So I'm going to turn this on a nice low heat. That's going to slowly crisp up the underside, but it's also going to provide enough heat to melt all the cheese. So I'm starting to see a little bit of melting on the American cheese at the bottom. So I'm going to flip this over, and hopefully we should have some nice golden browning. But we're going to flip this over a couple of times, just like the keep flipping steak method, and hopefully this all holds together. Oh yeah, a little bit light around the edges than I'd like, but it should be good. Leave it there for another 5 minutes probably. About 5 minutes later, I'm gonna flip this over again. Ooh. And I'm gonna start turning the heat up. Most of the cheese is melted, but just wanna check the center's perfectly done and maybe get a little bit darker browning on this crust. So I think there's sufficient melt across all of this sandwich all the way through to the middle. So I'm gonna take it off, slice into it. That is looking good. So I'm not gonna let it rest or anything like that. I'm just gonna go straight into it. That is absolutely absurd. Gooey American cheese, the pimento cheese, the jalapenos, obviously the chopped brisket, and I can actually smell the Leroy Lewis mustard sauce. Yeah, absolutely insane. There's a chance I might not survive this. This might be my last video. Have a bite. Insane, that pimento cheese. The jalapeno bringing the spice, other than the fact that it is just pure ridiculous. So much fat, it is very good and probably one of the better things that I've cooked. But I'm getting a surprising amount of brisket and Leroy Lewis mustard sauce in this sandwich, which is really good. I wasn't dead certain that it was going to come through particularly strong. I've never used that sauce in this, but it works, definitely. The American cheese is essential. It took me about 45 minutes to finish that half off, and I definitely didn't need to finish the half off, but it truly is delicious. So for me, that is a perfect way to use leftover briskets in a slightly different way. If you've got people come in, cut this into 4. And also if you run a pop-up or something, this is a really good way to use those lean bits of brisket, maybe the tip of the flat or the less good side of the point end. Set that all aside and then offer a brisket pimento cheese melt special at some point. Very, very good. Everything was in balance. It wasn't too cheesy or just too briskety. Pimento cheese is an absolute must. Next time I make one of these, I'm definitely adding some pimento cheese. So that's pretty much it. Not the most complicated video. There was nothing really made from scratch. So this was more about giving you an idea of how to use leftover brisket. So thanks very much for watching. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, do all those things. It really, really, really does help me out. And I'll see you next week for another video.